Tolu Onalaja is the Executive Director of Revolution Plus Properties Limited, which she runs alongside her husband Bamidele Onalaja. Tolu is passionate about providing affordable real estate housing and investment solutions, and she has won several awards in the real estate sector for her impact on the Nigerian real estate sector, including the Most Enterprising Woman in Real Estate 2018 and 2019. Welcome to the Metro Woman Landlady web series powered by Revolution Plus Properties. My name is Chine Noli, and today I'm here with Tolu Onalaja. She is the Executive Director of Revolution Plus Property, which she co-founded with her husband, Bamidele Onalaja, and for the past 5 years, they've been doing such a great job with providing people with options for real estate investments all around the country. Tolu, what did you think of that skit that we just watched? What do you think of her decision, Florence's decision, to actually buy up a house and put her family in it? And she was taking the rent.
Can you imagine it? In fact, I was just laughing all the way. But
yeah.
I think that's, they said the power of a woman.
Yeah.
For me, it's okay, but I felt there are ways she could have gone about it,
yes, yeah.
so that she doesn't lose her home, because men and ego and all, so that the man doesn't feel like, oh, so this woman is trying to outsmart me or play a smart one. So that I felt that there was a way she should have done it, and done it in a better way.
And maybe she had her reasons, but we never know.
We don't know.
It's a web series, so you have to watch out for the next one to find out more.
Yeah.
But then talking about the power of women, especially in buying decisions for real estate, I think a lot of women don't know how truly powerful they are in making those decisions. What has your experience been with women, women's ability to encourage or get their husbands to buy into real estate?
I realize that a lot of women don't know the power that they have.
Right? Yeah.
And some who don't know how to use it well. So as women, we have a lot of influence over a man, and that's why God did not make the man complete. That is why we're helpers. That is helpers of the men. Because if the men could do it all alone, I'm sure God probably would have said, okay, let's not have a woman.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of influence in the decisions that, our husbands take day to day. And I hear a lot of people come to my office, especially the men. They will tell you, oh, I need to consult with my wife. I need to bring my wife to the side to see, so that, once she sees it, if she's fine by it, then we go ahead. So it means that the man actually knows the importance of the wife's, influence on whatever decision. And they always say the woman is the homemaker. And when we talk of real estate, really, it has to do with the home build and all that. It has to do with family investments and all. So a woman has a lot of role to play in ensuring that her home and her husband invests wisely, even for the family, for the children and all.
Yeah.
So the woman has a lot of role to play in it.
So tell us how important real estate investments are, even at this time, right now. Why is it crucial? Why should I go for real estate?
For me, I always say real estate is the only real investment. Why do we say that? Because when you talk of buying whether landed properties or houses, first of all, it doesn't depreciate. So if you look at accounts, so they depreciate on cars, they depreciate on everything. But when it comes to houses or landed properties, it appreciates. There's no depreciation. So no matter where you buy it, whether it's in the bush, whether as in bush in quotes, because when it comes to real estate, there's nothing called bush anyways. But it's so important that if you look at generation to generation, those who have transferred wealth from generation to another, from first generation to second generation, you will know that most of them actually made it from real estate. It's easily transferable from generation to generation, and it's a sure way of sustaining wealth. Because if, for instance, I buy a house now at 10 million and I leave it till I die, maybe by the time I'm transferring to my children, maybe that house that I bought for 10 million is already going for 200 million or 300 million. So you can imagine giving it to a generation, first of all, it has appreciated over time. Then I've been able to transfer that one singular property wealth to another generation, which carries on like that and like that. So it's so critical and vital that, you know, we invest in real estate, really, because you never go wrong with it, unless you never go wrong. Especially when you invest with a company like ours, you know, who is structured, who has names and everything you can. So I think it's just right and proper.
It's key.
Yeah, very key.
Yeah, so we're going to be looking at all of that during this series. You know, the importance, why we must invest, and all the narratives around investing in real estate. But one that I know for sure is that for some women, they would rather shy away from buying property. They would rather like just stay back in the house and take care of the house and just sort out every other thing, and tend to leave the real estate investment decisions for men. You know, but okay, so for a woman who is listening to you and saying, yeah, that's true, you know, we should really invest in real estate. We're in Lagos and we know there are issues like Omonile, and then what if you buy the property and then you find out someone else owns it? You know, I think these are some of the issues that women shy away from.
All right.
How do you come in? You know,
okay. For us at Revolution Plus Property is a company, you know, registered and doing business with a lot of, you know, results and testimonials to what we've done in the last 5 years. So, buying from us, you don't have any business with Omonile. So we've come to, you know, take away all the stress that is associated with, you know, land purchase and land ownership in Nigeria. So buying from us, first of all, you're buying into our estates, so it's already fenced, gated, and secured. So there is no Omonile issue. There's nothing like I want to build foundation money, roofing money, you know, lintel money.
So
all
of that is taken care of.
All of that is taken care of. And then another beautiful thing about it is, once you buy into our estate, it is our duty to ensure that the estate is kept for you till when you're ready. So that's the difference. Because if you buy from a Omonile, by the time you don't develop for a while, someone has gone to sell to someone else, which will not happen with us. It will not happen in our estate, because it's our duty to ensure that your land is there, come what may, at what time you come back to it, you will still meet it.
So for the woman who says, I'm looking at my family budget right now, and I mean, we don't look like we can afford real estate. My husband's job, my job, I have school fees to pay and all of that. And, you know, real estate sounds like a capital intensive venture.
Yeah.
Even if some people don't think of it like that. You know, when I'm thinking, I want to invest, land, no, I don't have enough money for that. What else? Stocks, you know? So how can you help me if I don't have the kind of capital I need to initially start to buy property?
I usually ask people, and I say my question is, you notice, just take a look. You look at the artisans, the so-called people we call the low-income earners.
Yeah.
Your driver, for instance, let's start from that. You'll find out that a driver is living in his house in Songo, probably, and is driving one madam, you know, or one oga in VI, living in a rented apartment. So look at it. So what would we say has more income? So the issue of real estate does not have investment, does not have anything to do with what level you are in. It just has to do with the mindset. So it doesn't have to do with the, so if we look at that scenario I just painted, it should be the oga in VI, who should be living in his own house. But we have a lot of those scenarios. Those drivers coming from those end of the other side, from their house, coming to this part of town to take ogas from rented houses to work. Then the oga is there saying, maybe until we don't have enough cash, when we have enough cash to buy a house in VI or Lekki or Ikoyi, then we go, and before you know it, the years are going, then the driver is building one bungalow in Songo, from there he's moving, it's, you know, he's going it from lintel to, he's raising it up, it becomes a landlord, he has tenants who are living in his house, and then your guy is still there waiting for the days of. So for me, it doesn't have anything to do with how much you have. It is starting right now from where you are. We have lands as low as 800,000, you know, and that you can pay in installments between, you know, 1 to 2 years. And then, of course, we also have our children's, you know, different packages that afford you the opportunity to start with just 25,000. So with 25,000, even if you say I want to save 1,000 per day, that's already 30,000 in a month. that is more than enough for you to start your journey of investing into real estate. So you don't have to start waiting. And then once you start the journey, you find out that you keep going and you keep going. Before you know it, you look back, you're already you're owner of this, you're owner of that.
Yeah.
So it's all about starting from right where you are.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's nowhere called village. If what you have now can start from Mowe, start from Mowe. If they call landlords in Mowe, you are there, you can raise up your hand. Landlord in Lagos, whether nobody asks where the house is situated anyway. If you say who is the landlady? Landlady in Mowe, landlady in VI, landlady in Koyi, all of us are landladies, you know. So it really doesn't matter where you start. So you can just start right where you are.
Yeah.
Right as I speak to you, you can start.
So yeah, you should join the League of Landladies.
Yes.
Because when you have property, you're a landlady. Even if it was your husband that bought it. Fantastic. So we're going now to take a look at some of the locations that Revolution Plus properties have. And we'll be right back after the break. Don't go away.